Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This week I'm taking you to the bookstore. I'm actually finished the summer class I was teaching, and so for the next 2 weeks I have time off. I'm gonna paint, go to the bookstore, and maybe the museum. The day starts around 6 a.m. I'm still on the same schedule from last week, so I wake up pretty naturally around 6. Also, Copper's automatic feeder goes off at 6, so after he eats, he's sometimes running around and making a lot of noise. Even though I'm not teaching this week, I still have a few odds and ends that I need to wrap up for the summer class. Specifically, I have a couple assignments that I need to grade and then the final report. In total, this took almost 40 minutes. I had 3 assignments to grade and critique and then 1 final report. The part that ends up taking quite a while is the critique comment. So I'll grade based on the rubric and then I'll write out a quick critique. Sometimes if I feel like this student can really benefit from more specific critique, I'll take some time to write that comment out. And I always want to make sure that I'm coming from a positive place, but also that the critique is very actionable and something that students can feel like if they implemented it, it would really improve their work. In the future, I would like to streamline this a little bit. I'm not really sure how yet, but I think if I give myself a word limit or something, that it would really speed things up. Shops don't really open until like 10 or 11 a.m. here. So I decided to go out for lunch, and then by that time when I'm finished lunch, all the shops would definitely be open. Around Main Station on the blue and red line, there's a big stretch of underground mall. My favorite section to walk through is Shuanglian to Zhongshan. It's a pretty short section, but when you start at Shuanglian, there is the Esli Underground bookstore. So on one side it's the bookstore, and then on the other side it's several shops that you can browse through. And then when you walk through and come out on Zhongshan, you also come out to Esli Spectrum, which is another one of their mall/bookstores. Even though it is the same bookstore, they will carry different books. For example, the underground bookstore has more of the discounted sections. And then the bookstore above ground, which is also a department store, has more of the latest books and stationaries and different things like that. What I like to do is go to these bookstores and look at all the latest books and see if there's anything that strikes my interest. Then I'll take a picture and try to find it in the library. I've been doing this for several years now since I don't really buy books anymore. If there's a book that I really want to read, or I know that I'm gonna sit with it for a long time, then I'll usually buy it. But I don't think I've bought a book for at least a year now. Here are some books that I thought were interesting. The first one is called Fundamentally. I don't know anything about this book, but I was really drawn to like the bright contrasting colors and then the graphics on the front. So I don't know, it looks good. Okay, next one is Michael Pollan, and I'm a fan of all of his books. He writes about like the natural world and the things that we consume as humans. He's been writing a lot about psychedelics recently, so I'm pretty curious to what is in this book. The next one is called What Are You Going Through? And I kind of looked at the back and I thought the story was kind of heartwarming. And then when I turned it over and I saw there's a cat sitting on a couch, I knew, yeah, I want to try this book. Well, what do you think of these 3 books? Have you read any of them? If you have, drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Or if you have a good book recommendation, I can always use a good book to read. After browsing, the plan was to go to a cafe to sit, relax, and paint. But I was pretty disappointed because all the cafes were really full. Even though it's a Monday, it seems like everyone was out. So I decided to go back to my area to Mossburger because I know that that particular fast food restaurant is usually not that busy. Today I'm working in Copper's sketchbook. For those of you who are new here, it is a sketchbook where I'll paint all of Copper's photos, kind of like a photo album. And if you want to see a tour of all the sketches I've done so far, I'll put a link to that video above. I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like he's still growing. It's been 3 years since I adopted him, and I thought that around 2 years old, they're already fully grown. But every time I look back at the photos, I keep thinking, wow, is he getting bigger? I don't know if it's just a trick of the eye, but that's what I'm seeing every time I go back and look at his photos. To me, drawing is a form of record keeping, and I love to look back at his sketchbook and see all the different ways he has grown, and his little poses and his cute little face. And if you're a beginner and you want to learn how to draw, I have a course called Learn Beginner's Drawing Skills. You can find it on Patreon or Udemy. The link is down below. By the time I finished these 2 sketches, it was around 3 o'clock. So time to go home, relax, and just chill out before dinner. I hope you enjoyed watching another day of the life of a teacher in summer. If you did, please drop a comment and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.